kids just do less crazy stuff in Utah, I'd say. Like,
like what?
And
like,
I'm gonna tell you why. There's less baseball kids in Utah, so there's less kids to do crazy things. Okay.
I mean, it looks good. I won't even lie, but that's what it looks like.
So you're making fun of it, but you like it.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
He's filled with beautiful people, awesome people. It's the funnest place in the world.
Is like one of the most impressive social experiences I've ever had in my life.
This happens so often. I thought it was like a family reunion or something. Like everybody seemed to like know each other. So like chat.
And it was an experience.
Good on them for producing that.
It's called the kook area, please. You sound like a hick. He's like, everyone here is so happy, but no one is drunk. I can't smell alcohol in anybody or drugs, whatever. But they're just so happy. I'm like, yeah, it's like what we do all the time.
All of the scriptural references used in this episode will be brought to you by scripturenotes.com. For a free trial to Scripture Notes, please visit the link in the description. Should we just do an episode on the difference between Utah and California Mormons or what?
Will, you're going to have to pull up for that one. You're going to have to say something.
I taught you some stuff you could say too.
No, Jake said the wildest.
You want to hear it? You got to hear this one.
Yeah, what? Yeah, okay. Jake, what
do you want to hear it? All right, so when you go to Utah, you'll see all the girls look the same. And what I think they look like, I heard this one time and I definitely agree with it. It looks like when you make spaghetti for dinner, make too much, you put it in a plastic container, store it in the fridge for a week, then you forget about it, rinse it off in the dishwasher, put it in the dishwasher, and it comes out. And it has like the yellow tint to it because it was spaghetti with a marinara sauce for so long.
Okay.
That orange color.
Yeah, that's what the Utah girls look like.
What? Like, because they fake and bake a lot?
Exactly.
Or like the spray tanning?
Yep. I mean, it looks good. I won't even lie, but that's what it looks like.
So you're making fun of it, but you like it.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. That's why I can make fun of it.
Okay. Have you noticed this, Will, in your sojourn in Utah? You've been gone a long time, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I have seen it. It's been fun. You know,
Will's actually going to get a spray tan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Due to popular demand.
Yeah. So what are some cultural differences that you have noticed between California and Utah? Now you have moved to what some would call Zion, some would call fake Zion. You know what I'm saying? Similar to the spray tan Zion. You know, what are some cultural differences that you have noticed, my man? Do you have any out there or what?
Yeah, so I think one misconception is that just everyone out there is part of the church. And it is a big number, but it's only about 60%. So you got to realize, like, the people you're with every single day, like at school or around you, it's not everyone there is part of the church. So it's really, I feel like some people might move there thinking that they're just gonna get along with everyone and they're just gonna know everyone, but it still has that aspect of it that there's other people out there in the world. Like,
so you know how the church has discouraged the use of non-member because it seems like exclusionary and everything. And like, I think one time they encouraged friend. I was thinking, you know, friend, you may not be friends with everybody. Like, can we just re-normalize the term pagan? Like, would
never
that
heard
be
that word. I haven't.
You know what I'm saying?
What's a
Could
pagan?
Just be like, what's a pagan? You don't know what a pagan is?
Nope.
Pagani Huayra? Is that what I heard?
No. What's a Pagani? Why? What?
It's a car.
Oh, okay, cool. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I just I actually don't know whether to laud. See, I'm of the belief that Mormons are like manure. When we're spread out in a field somewhere, we like enrich the soil. We make it a better place, right? But like when we're all together, it kind of starts to stink a little bit, you know? So like, are you like, what do you think? Like, just tell us your thoughts now that you've lived in both places, dog.
Yeah. I mean, really, it's like, it's really fun, like getting to know a lot more people there. You can tell it's a lot different than California. It's like just the culture there is a lot different. I mean, it's
like, what's different, dog? States. What is it?
I'd probably just say it's just, I'd say it's a lot more, I don't know how I would say it. Like, most people in Utah are maybe, kids just do less crazy stuff in Utah, I'd say. Like,
Like what?
And
Like,
I'm
what
gonna
do
tell you
mean?
why. There's less baseball kids in Utah, so there's less kids to do crazy things. Okay, because baseball kids, I had baseball friends here in California, and they're willing to do anything. So
Okay, so you think playing the sport of baseball encourages reckless behavior almost?
pretty much, yeah.
I think it gives a confidence.
Yeah, it gives
Yeah.
confidence.
It gives a
Oh,
confidence.
really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. So there's less baseball players in Utah, so you think the young men behave better?
Yeah, everyone just does band in Utah. It's kind of sad.
Really? Well,
Well-
they're very musical. You know,
Yeah.
that could be.
There's nothing bad about band. I just like, since I don't do band, then it's just like I don't have much stuff to like relate with.
Okay. Well, you're Jonah. You are also from the diaspora, my man.
Yes.
You.
I am.
You grew up. Where'd you grow up again?
The Great Northwest, the Pacific Northwest. That's where Brigham Young was trying to get to until he wussed out.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're right. I played
He
Oregon
wussed out.
Trail.
He's like, I'm tired. This is the place. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure that's exactly how it went
That's
down.
exactly how he said
You
it.
know, so you're from the diaspora as well, my man. When you went to BYU and you set up shop and, dug your tent poles into the ground and lived there for whatever 4 or 5. I don't know if you were a super senior and made it to 6 years at BYU. But when you lived there, were there any cultural differences that you noticed as well?
Well, BYU is kind of its own nation within Utah. It's kind of its own thing. The biggest thing I remember is on the first day walking through the church, walking through the chapel on the first Sunday, and passing a room filled with just gorgeous young women. And I thought, oh, we must be in the wrong place. That must be some like young women's conference or something. And then walking a few more steps and going, that's my ward. Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
It's filled with gorgeous. BYU is filled with beautiful people, awesome people. It's the funnest place in the world. But the rivalry between BYU and Utah, really weird, because in the diaspora, we don't have that. Like, nobody cares.
You know, it's
And
so...
everyone's like making a big deal of it. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's so interesting that you say that, because I was the same way. Like, I had zero emotional connection with this like rivalry that all the Utahns were going nuts about.
It's
But
so funny.
I will say one of my first profound experiences that blew my mind, and this is a credit to, I don't know if this is Utah or BYU or what cultural element brought it. But when I went to my first BYU football game, what do they do before every BYU football game, Jonah? Do you remember this?
Eat 3 cougar tails.
No.
Wait, do you guys not do that?
No, we still do that.
Oh, okay. Apparently they do. Okay. No, saying the prayer. Do you remember? Yeah, when they'd say the prayer. And
prayer.
I remember sitting there, because I've been to tons of athletic events. I mean, it's Los Angeles. We have like every major sports team like twice. Every,
the wannabe LA sports teams, like the Clippers and the Angels
and the Lakers.
All right.
Exactly.
Yeah, so either way, like I said, we have them twice. There's the good version and then there's the generic Kirkland signature version. But either way, like we have them twice. And I just remember the first time I went to my a football game, an entire stadium just getting quiet as just some girl just like says an opening prayer. And then as soon as it's like, amen, it's just like, oh my gosh, that was a wild experience. How loud the fan base got during the game isn't what blew my mind. It was how quiet they got for the prayer, where I was like, whoa, this is a profound experience. This is a profound experience. How quiet culture can make a people versus how loud, in contrast to how loud it can get, is like one of the most impressive social experiences I've ever had in my life. So
I remember at BYU walking into a restaurant, just like random like sandwich shop or something, and we were really in a rush and we had to go and walk in, and I'm like, looking at the line, whatever, and everybody and I thought, this happens so often, I thought it was like a family reunion or something. Like everybody seemed to like know each other. We're all like chatting with each other. We're all just like la la la, like super comfortable with each other. Like in the diaspora, you do not chat with the person next to you in the sand. Maybe Cardin does, but normal people aren't just striking up conversations with random strangers in sandwich shops. And everybody's just like da 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 da, and they're talking to me, and I'm like, yeah, and I really gotta. And this person turns to everyone in line and says, hey, this guy's got to go. Let's let him go front in line. I skipped like 20 people. It was this huge line to get to the front of the line. And the workers were like, are you the guy who's in a big hurry? What can we get you? Let's get you out the door quick, okay? I was like,
whoa.
This place? It was like Ned Flandersville. Like everyone was so nice. I could hardly believe it. And they're like, okay, see you later. Like people knew my name by the end or whatever. I was just like, oh, what is it?
It was an odd adjustment to me because I would like to think that my community was very, very nice and generally more open, at least on Californian standards. And in the West, we do enjoy a little bit more of an involved attitude towards our fellow man than maybe in the Northeast, right? But even coming from a place like Southern California, which I believe is a little bit more open and a little bit more, it's a very diverse community. So you get used to talking to different people from all walks of life. Even I was oddly distrustful for the first 2 or 3 weeks when I was on campus of how many people were nice to me. I just remember just kind of thinking do you want something? There's just that kind of odd, just are you trying to sell me something? Wait, what's going on here? I do remember that when I was a freshman in the dorms. And I remember thinking it took me 2 or 3 weeks to adjust to this idea that oh, they're saying hi. Cause I used to literally think are you trying to sell me something? Are you trying to what?
Is this an MLM? Is this an MLM thing?
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Are you Avon? Do you do Avon? Is this what's going on?
Yeah, because though you may be cordial in your brief discourses with other people, it's we're all very busy. We got somewhere to go, right? These people would just stop and talk, and I was just it was wild. Yeah, that kind of blew my mind.
There's also parties, right? So every weekend, someone has a party at their uncle's house or their parents' house who live in Highland in these giant mansions, and they just let any college students just flood in, and they're like, hey, how you doing? And the wealth, there's some very wealthy people, but they're very nice. Oh, come on in, dive in the pool, and take the Porsche out for a spin. Just stuff that doesn't happen just outside of Utah very often.
Wow.
Pretty crazy stuff. But are you guys from Utah? Well, I know Will's not.
No, these guys are Los Angelinos the rest of us.
You're all Los Angelinos.
Yep.
So that's my question so Daniel, you're fresh off your mission right now, right? And where are you headed? What are you going to do over the next couple of years?
I'm going over to BYU. So we're actually headed up next week. We only get to be here in California, just getting to visit, finally get to go to the beach after 2 years. So
okay. So that was one of your reverse bucket list items when you came back from your mission.
Yes, it was.
So Daniel here is about to go. He's about to go up to BYU. Have you been there before? Were you there pre-mission?
Yeah. So I went there for 1 semester before, and it was an experience, especially living in the dorms. The dorm experience at BYU is pretty crazy.
Okay. What was anything specific come to mind?
No, just living close to everyone, and everyone knows everyone. And when you get to college, you wouldn't think it would be like that, because you get there and you think, oh, I don't know any of these people. It's not like high school. I'm going to just leave and I don't really have to worry about anyone else's problems. But living in the dorms, you see everyone always, you eat with everyone every day. So it was a different experience than I was expecting in college.
Really?
Yeah. But I will say, a lot of people, they're a lot nicer than you would think. And it really shocked me how many people would actually try and approach you. Because at least for me, when I got there, I really wasn't trying to talk to anyone.
That's because you're good. That's because you're good looking.
No. And I would sit down and I'd just be sitting eating my food, watching a show. I don't know, trying to hopefully do some homework and stuff. And people would just walk up to you and they say, hey, can we sit with you? Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
They say, hey, can we sit with you? Can we talk? And we're like, I'd be honest, I kind of like my alone time sometimes, but I would be like, okay, yeah. And you just get to know a lot of people. People are so open.
Wow. And honestly, frankly, good on Latter-day Saint culture for producing that. All right. Good on them for producing that, because I can't remember the name of the actress. Oh, she's a New Zealander, and then she ended up playing a bunch of roles. Come on, what was one that she ended up? She was like in the Twilight series. I can't remember, but I was doing this Q&A with her on this event down at Universal Studios, and she talked about filming down in Louisiana. This was back when Louisiana was beginning to have a bunch of film benefits and tax exemptions for companies that wanted to film down in Louisiana. And she said she was so taken aback by how many people said hello to her that didn't know who she was or recognize her in these small shops and streets where she was filming, that she was just so impressed by that culture. And she said, you know, I know a lot of us bag on the American South as having its problems that it does have. But she said the fact that so many people could be cordial and interested in me and kind, that says something about a culture. And I'm going to reconsider my analysis of the American South. Right. And so like, you know what? We all joke about it when we come from our urban environments, all right, or our more populous environments. But I think there is something to be said that is a net positive of Utah and of BYU culture if it can if it can create that kind of atmosphere of people seeing genuinely interested and sociable. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, right? Building social fabric and so on and so forth. So any other commentary before we close this out? Anybody else? No takers, nothing they noticed. You got a girlfriend up there yet, bro?
No.
He's single,
Yeah.
just so everyone knows.
Oh,
Yep.
rough. Is that why you're...
Oh, well, when the camera's on him, he's single. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
No.
That's funny. Did you go as well?
Yeah, I've got back from my mission in May, so I've actually been up at BYU for a semester.
Okay, cool. Do you notice anything too, or just kind of the same as
I just think
everybody
like
else?
everyone knows everyone. Everyone's nice, and like there really is. Like we would walk around, see people at the pool like 2 a.m. and just join them. Like 2
a.m.?
No time limit for anything. You can do whatever you want, and people are just cool with it.
The college life.
I guess that's probably not Utah. That's just the college life.
Wow, jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, college life, they're doing different things at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
All right, that's the difference between BYU and other colleges, is that we're doing righteous stuff. I've never been to another college, so I can't speak for them, but
Well,
But-
let's not run
So
yeah.
I had-
pipe our own horn
I had a
too
buddy-
much. Yeah, what?
So I had a buddy in that went to high school with me, Greg, awesome guy, and he went to University of Portland, a non-member. He's a Catholic guy. Came down to visit me one time at BYU. Just came down. He had like a weekend, and we went to like a soccer game, real football, and we cruised around campus a little bit. Went to the Cougariot in the Wilk, Then we went.
Wait, Cougariot? You mean the Cougar Eat?
No, the Cougariot. It's called the Cougariot, please. You sound like a hick, okay, Cardin? It's the Cougariot. Pronounce it right.
Okay.
And then we went to Brick Oven Pizza. There was like some like acoustic guitar concert on like the top of a parking garage in downtown Provo. And then we go back to some apartment and they're like playing board games and then all these things. And afterwards he's like, dude, was there, what's the holiday that you guys, what's the feast? He like a Hebrew feast. Like, what's the feast? And I'm like, feast? He's like, what was everybody doing? Like, what's the big occasion? I'm like, I nothing. FHE? I don't know. We're just hanging out. And he's like, how do you do this all the time? I'm like, yeah, pretty much every day. And he's like, and no one's drinking?
Yeah.
He's like, everyone's so happy.
That's funny. Where's this guy from again? Jonah?
He's from Portland, Oregon. We went to college in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, okay, cool. So where was this guy from?
Anyways,
again, Jonah?
this is just my buddy Greg. He's like, everyone here is so happy, but no one is drunk. I can't smell alcohol in anybody or drugs, whatever. But they're just so happy. I'm like, yeah, it's just like what we do all the time. And I had gotten so used to it, I didn't realize like this was weird. And he left thinking that is the craziest Stepford Wives mixed with just like euphoric. Everyone's just happy and.
That's
I
funny.
thought, oh yeah, I guess it is kind of strange because he was, stuck in some basement dorm at University of Portland having what he thought was a good time, and it's nothing compared to
when you are
how the
within
Mormons
5
do
to
it.
10 blocks of campus, there is this just unique subculture within an already slightly happier macro culture, right? And I will say, the first time I went to a movie theater after a couple of months of having been in Provo going to BYU, and I went to the movie theater and I smelt my first cigarette in months. I remember just like thinking like, whoa, I'm back home. Like it was like,
Yeah, right.
you know how your nasal passages go in a different way to the pathways of your brain? And I just had like a flashback to Los Angeles. I was like, whoa, that's what home smells like. So anyway, yes. Hey, let us know what you guys think if you are from the diaspora. If you are from anywhere else. I had buddies from New York that came to Los Angeles, not Los Angeles, Provo, from Boston, from Florida, from Africa, from Europe, all over the West, Oregon, Portland. Had a lot of buddies from Washington, and us SoCal guys there. If there's any cultural distinctions that were marked according to your observation, let us know in the comments below what you guys think. And as always, for this and more, please make sure you check us out at wardradio.com. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. We assume if you made it this far that you liked our content. So please make sure that you smash that like button and you share this video with your friends. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet to our channel, please make sure that you subscribe and you press the alert button so you receive alerts on every one of our daily uploads. Now, we want to make sure that we keep all of this content flowing for free to you, the viewer. And to do that, we need your help. If you're a person of means, please consider a direct contribution through Venmo or through Zelle, and the links to those platforms will be in the description as well. Also, if you want to help us out, please make sure you buy some of our merch. We got really cool hats, really cool t-shirts for both boy and girl viewers, all available on WardRadio.com. And while you're there, you can sign up for our Ward Radio newsletter. You can receive all the really great Ward Radio news directly in your inbox simply by putting your email address in WardRadio.com. And finally, if you guys want to help out purchasing some of the equipment in the studio, you can always check out our Amazon wish list that is also available in the description of this video. And either way, whether you're pressing this button here to make sure you're subscribed to our channel, or whether you're watching another video here just because you like our stuff, we look forward to seeing you guys in the next program.